Live from the KHOU11 studios, it's Great Day Houston. And now, here's your host, Deborah Duncan.
Welcome back to Great Day. PMS can be frustrating and disruptive to a daily routine, oftentimes so bad it can even cause girls to miss school and women to miss work. These symptoms don't necessarily get better with age and can be the sign of a hormone imbalance. Here to explain, please welcome Dr. Stephen Hotze with the Hotze Health and Wellness Center, along with his patient, Pamela Hutchins. Hello there. Before we get into the story, though, since it is the first day of school, you were probably one of those students, weren't you? Very smart. Yeah, ruining the curve in class. Yes, you were. And here's a look at Dr. Hotze in 4th grade. Look at that right there. That is so cute. Does it seem just like yesterday?
It does, really.
Yeah. Did you know at that time that you wanted to be a doctor?
No, I didn't.
What's interesting about your story is that you obviously did go into medicine, and although you went to medical school, you realized that there are a lot of things that many doctors didn't learn about that are so critical to our health care. That whole area of hormone imbalance is one of them. That's
exactly right. And it was really 10 years after, probably 13 years after graduating from medical school, that I realized that conventional approaches to medicine and to people's health oftentimes cause more problems than they helped. And there was the old adage, sometimes the treatment is worse than the disease.
Yeah, because a lot of times we just write a prescription for something, and you start realizing patients are coming in complaining of these symptoms, and oftentimes doctors will medicate the symptoms as opposed to saying what is the problem.
And the problem is the medication has so many deleterious and harmful side effects, can be acute and long-term, that it really causes problems and makes people feel a lot worse. My dad told me, son, don't poison your patients like all the other doctors.
Oh, wow.
That's what my dad told me. When he wasn't even a doctor, he said, please don't poison your patients like the doctors. That stuck in my mind. So it really wasn't until 1996 when I was introduced to the whole concept of replenishing hormones as they decline with natural bioidentical hormones. So that leads us into what we've done with PMS.
Yeah. Now, okay, so PMS, you know, we oftentimes hear people joke about it. It's like, oh, mom's on a tear again, or my sister's on a tear again. But it is no joking matter. It truly does shut you down.
It shuts you down. It's like lights out during that period. You're not able to be the person that you want to be and that you usually are.
Yeah. What was happening with you? Because
as I got older, it was getting worse, and it got to the point in my very late 30s where it was no longer just mom's cranky. It was mom's rage is taking over, and it was my body hurt, and I want to sleep all the time, and my brain's in a fog, and migraines all the time, and I was just shutting down.
Yeah, and so you go to seek medical help from another doctor, and what we were talking about earlier was okay, we're going to put you on, which a lot of times we hear this, Dr. Hotze, even young girls, it's like, okay, we're going to give you birth control pills.
Exactly.
Because it's a hormonal treatment, so to speak. But the problem with them, in your view, is what?
Well, birth control pills are not natural occurring hormones. These are chemicals that mimic hormones, so they cause a host of problems, and they cut down the natural production of progesterone. What causes PMS and the problems that women have as they march through their menstrual life is their hormone levels decline and become imbalanced. The way to restore that is to replenish with the same identical hormones your body made.
Yeah, not something synthetic your body has no idea what it is.
This is bioidentical hormones. It's so simple. Every doctor in the country should be doing this, but yet they close their minds to it. Why? Because they've been so influenced by the drug industry to give antidepressants, anti-anxiety medication, pain medication, anti-inflammatories.
And
do they give you any of those?
Yeah, antidepressants and birth control pills. The antidepressants just made me flat, but they didn't address the underlying symptoms, and the birth control pills made me 10 times worse.
Yeah, and then of course it comes with its side effects too, so it's gaining weight and all these other things. All right, so finally you found Dr. Hotze, because you're at your wit's end at this point, and your family's probably at their wit's end too. Right?
Oh yes, oh yes.
And I mean, we're kind of chuckling about this, but you know, Dr. Hotze, you've seen people who end up getting divorced over this type of stuff because they just...
Sure. I mean, it's a disaster when you start treating women's symptoms with psychiatric drugs. It just changes their whole personalities, and the husband goes like, "Who is this woman I'm married to? Yeah. She's not the woman."
And the kids are saying, "What happened to my mom?"
What I say, if you balance the hormones, and we do this, and replenish the hormones with natural bioidentical hormones, the female sex hormones, and a little thyroid, and a little adrenal support, guess what? We save marriages, and we don't even counsel.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so when people come in...
Just get mama look, if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy.
Yeah, this is
right?
true. This is true. The whole house will fall. But the thing that's interesting about this, too, is that when people come in, you simply kind of do, I guess, what is really the old-fashioned method of doing medicine. Listen to the patient.
They tell you what their problems are, and after you've treated 30,000 women, you've heard this story over and over again. So you ended up coming in 2008, and we ended up recommending to you that you were low thyroid.
Yeah. Based on her symptoms, not based on some test that you
symptoms.
took.
And that her female hormones were imbalanced. That's why she was having the PMS. We had a little progesterone, a little adrenal support, good eating program. She was 25 or 30 pounds overweight.
Right.
And you lost that weight, and and then got her on a good eating program with vitamins, minerals, and nutrients. So what happened in your life after that? What have you accomplished? Now this was when you were about 40 years old, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what has happened since then?
I felt good and been kind of busy.
Yeah, let's talk about being kind of busy. We're talking not only just feeling good, but just really really good. You've written how many books?
I've written, there's 8 out now and another coming out in February.
Because you got your mojo back.
Yeah.
And then what about your family?
My family is very relieved, especially my husband. He wants to thank you personally.
You have 2 children, 3 stepchildren, so full household.
Full household.
And it's one of those things where oftentimes when women go in and say, I'm overwhelmed, they go, well, you have other children. Of course you're overwhelmed. That's not what it was.
It wasn't. And once I felt good, I felt better than I ever had before.
Oh, look at this. Is this you on the bike and running?
Yeah, that's it.
What she did. Tell them what you've done. What she was.
Within 6 months of seeing them for the first time, I did my first half Ironman triathlon, and within a year and a half, I'd done 5 marathons and 2 half Ironmans.
I think I need to get my hormones checked.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how powerful the hormones are when they're replenished and balanced.
And your body knows what it is.
That's how it changes. That's how it changes your life.
All right, speaking of writing books, Dr. Hotze brought a copy of his new Hypothyroidism Health and Happiness book for everyone in our audience. For those of you at home, you can order your free copy from thyroidanswer.com/GDH. And want to learn how to kickstart your immune system naturally as well? Join Dr. Hotze next Wednesday, September 4th, for his complimentary webinar at noon. To register, visit HotzeHWC.com. And to make an appointment with the Hotze Health and Wellness Center, call 281-698-8698, 281-698-8698. We focus mostly on hormones here, but you focus on all kinds of things that happen in the body and helping the body to help itself naturally. Allergies, hormonal imbalances,
treatment of
migraines,
yeast,
all that type of
vitamins,
stuff.
minerals, and nutrients, nutritional balanced eating program.
Marathons and writing books. Okay.
She's awesome. Isn't that an awesome story?
Yeah, yeah. To go from almost feeling flat to that. Thank you very much. Well, back to school signals back to